Hello and welcome to the 8th edition of Weekend Review.
Weekend Review.
My name is Jake Cook.
But he ain't no chef. And my name's Kenneth Pereira.
But he ain't no deadly fish.
It's true. Coming to you live.
From my apartment.
For a second time.
We're recording an early episode because I have to film on Monday and Tuesday for an undisclosed project.
Yeah, it's not a special edition, but it's definitely under a different circumstance, I guess.
Yeah. I'm just gonna eat this chicken sandwich for the next 5 minutes so you can just talk.
I hope that you can eat that whole thing in 5 minutes. Well, I do have a few things.
I do it like to savor the flavor.
Savor the flavor? Mm-hmm. Don't you need a mustache for that?
Hey, I got one right here, man.
I thought
it's attached to the rest of my beard.
I thought those were like hair clippings from children's like barbershops or something. It looks like some blonde little girl hairs.
No, I keep my collection of children's hair clippings from barbershops in
somewhere
a
else.
shoebox underneath my bed.
Oh, okay, gotcha. It's in the pill boxes, right? Those little like the things that are hard to open. They've got like those child-proof locks, and they're all labeled.
It says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Right.
I eat them. I have to eat a certain number of child hairs a day to keep the monster from bursting out of the walls of my house.
Cool. You know, antidepressants, they work in many different ways. There's no set path. You know, it's totally whatever. I mean,
that's what I'm saying, man. We can review.
So while you're eating, I guess I can tell you some of the things that are more one-sided. Ran into someone who is one of our friends, Leanna Usher. I've been running into her a lot. Not really a lot, but twice in 2 weeks or so. And
so you ran into her like on your bike?
Yeah, I ran into her. She already fractured her pelvis last week, and then today. Well, the time I saw her most recently, she was knocked unconscious for 15 minutes. So I had to stay there because the police came and I had to fill out this report, and then the ambulance came, took her away, so I had to go with them to the hospital. They threw my bike in the ambulance and had to give her a blood transfusion. They took some bone marrow, had to give her a penis transplant. It was a big hurrah. It was a big to-do.
Do you not use those flashlight things that you attach to the thing of your bike thing?
I do. Called? It was in the daytime.
Flashlight, handlebar things?
They're just called lights.
Oh, lights.
Yeah, lights. Simply Put, lights.
Yeah,
that's not the brand name, Simply Put, but they are the...
Simply Put, for forever times.
Does your bike ride at night? Does your bike have the lights? Does your bike need the lights? Forever lights.
Forever lights.
Forever lights.
We can review.
Minasan, forever lights. So,
go on.
I ran into her the other day, last night actually, and she was like, "Oh hey," as one will do. And she was like, "I just listened to the first episode of your show." And this was cool because I took my headphones out because I was actually listening to our show at the same time. So I was like,
that's
wow.
Embarrassing.
I was like, yeah, well, I said to her, I was like, I'm narcissistically listening to it myself right now. Mm-hmm. And I've never heard the word narcissistically, but it sounded good. Cause
it's not a real word, but I'll
you know what I mean, though. Like, Narcissi, do you know, like he, like, fell in love with his reflection, that dude?
Oh, yeah.
What a punk bitch.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, man. I love me, man. It's like before mirrors, I guess. Well,
I mean, it was a testament to proud black love.
Yeah, that's what they said in the Bible. But actually, can I do a non sequitur real quick? Mm-hmm. I was curious. I was like, last night I was like, I've never looked up Jesus on Wikipedia just to see what they say about Jesus in general, and I was like, I wonder if they mention like what his most likely ethnicity was. Because I love that, like,
white.
Well, I love that white people like to think of him as a white man, and like a very much so Western European white man. Because like, and this is a point I want to get to eventually, but all the stuff that happened in France last week with Charlie Hebdo.
Je suis Charlie.
Yeah, every time I see Je suis Charlie, I think it says Jesus Charlie.
Me too.
And I think that's funny, which is not good, but that's like what I say to my dog Charlie all the time. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, Charlie. So if I see a sign that says Je suis Charlie, I'm
like, Jesus Charlie.
Yeah.
You should make that like on Twitter. You should make that a hashtag.
Hashtag Je suis Charlie.
That might be in poor taste though. No, Jesus Charlie. Like my dog just knocked over the trash can.
Hashtag Jesus Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Je suis. But yeah, I saw that.
It's not funny, man.
It's not funny, no, and I want to talk about it in a minute. But I was thinking that it was interesting because, like, people who look Arabic today, when white people see them, they're like, oh, that's a terrorist. Or, like, if I'm seeing a person on the news who is of Middle Eastern, like, ethnicity, then they're probably reporting on some terrorist or something like that. And I just wanted to see, just out of interest, what Wikipedia would say about Jesus. Like, does it say that he was probably someone who, like everyone else around him, had darker skin? Or do they're like... pictures reveal that Jesus Christ was in fact white. He was born in Paris, France, and later moved to Jerusalem in the Middle East.
You're just questioning Wikipedia's integrity as a site.
Yeah, and they said
if it's accurate, then it'll say that he's
yeah they were very
black man.
They were very tentative
just like
about
Narcissus.
it. Right, just like Narcissi, but. They were very tentative, but they do say Jesus most likely had darker skin. It's like as gentle as white people can stand, I guess.
In the Bible, it says hair of wool.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus was I hate to say this, especially kick off such a firestorm of controversy so early in our run as a show, but Jesus was a bit of a nappy-headed hoe. Whoa, wait. No, I'm sorry. We can review. So what are you talking about?
So I was trying to find the actual wording from the Wikipedia article because I thought it was very genteel, It's like people can't they can't take everything, man. They need some things to stay the same. They're dyed in the wool, and their wool is auspiciously white.
You're saying it would be detrimental to social order if Jesus was revealed to be they'd have to soul brother.
They would have to change a lot of pictures. They'd be like, well,
in white churches, I'm sure there's tons of Well, let's see the main picture.
The main picture from the Wikipedia article is stained glass relief. Jesus depicted as the Good Shepherd in Sydney, Australia, and it's definitely a white man with brown hair.
No, it doesn't. He doesn't necessarily look white to me. He looks like he could be, he was Lebanese or whatever. He's got some brown in his frown.
Brown in his frown.
But he's not completely white. But also, maybe if you're a white person who was a racist, you could say that's definitely a white man.
Are you implying something?
I don't know.
So I saw.
You set him up, I knock him down, man.
Yeah, true that. So I saw.
Pin pals.
What a tangent this is. But yeah, so I saw one of our friends out and about.
Leanna. Shout out to Leanna, huge fan of the show.
Yeah, huge fan. She's huge fan. Mm-hmm. And so the reason why I was listening to the show, I'm proud to announce to the 3 people who it likely applies to, which 2 of the 3 are in this room.
Talking about me?
Yeah, dude.
That's right, baby.
So what I've done recently is
sorry.
Yeah, it's kind of loud.
Yep.
I've gone through all the episodes.
Right.
Oh, dude, can you hand me one of those French fries?
Yeah, sure. You want 2?
No, dude.
Wait, I gotta get it out of the bag real quick. Oh, this bag is so deep.
Dude, my mom, she was telling me that she's like, America's the fattest nation. I was like, shut up. It's like making me feel bad. Like I just ordered a pizza. Come on, mom.
I'm trying to enjoy myself.
Fuck. Trying to play. Yeah, just get out of here. Damn.
Sorry, go on. It's all Leanna.
Well, yeah, no, but I'm saying I've gone through all the episodes, and I texted you last night. I listened to all of them at double speed, so our voices were like chipmunks, and it was really, really funny. It was funnier, I'd say, than the original version. Although I don't know.
You listened to the whole episode, chipmunk style?
Yeah, because I didn't want to sit there and have to listen to an hour and 5 minutes of something I've already heard, but I'm just trying to locate certain things in. So I listened to everything at double speed, and Erica and I both got a kick out of it. It was hilarious because every time you do a song or something, you're like, I want to do me, I want to do me, I love me. And it's like your voice is like really, really high and exaggerated with all the features and everything. But anyway, so I've gone through and I found all the good distilled, good quality moments that we have in every episode, like all the songs that we've done, some of the funnier bits that we've done.
We have a huge catalog of classic moments.
We have 19 at this moment that are, I would say, worthy of sharing. Does that coffee have
worthy
cream?
Of sharing?
The worthy of sharing. Shout out to Sharon.
Is this yours?
No. I was gonna say, did you put cream in that coffee?
No. Did you?
I might have given that homeless woman your coffee.
Whatever.
So that does have cream in it?
Yeah.
But you didn't put it in there.
Yeah, but you must have given her the wrong coffee.
Wow.
I drink my shit black.
Yeah, so Jake and I met up at a Starbucks because he was late to get into his own house. And some homeless woman who either was missing a leg or was sitting on her leg deceptively so that it looked like she was missing a leg. I think it was the latter. I think she was sitting on her leg.
Right.
And then she's like, look at how fucked up. And I was like,
fucking voice, man. You're gonna get us canceled. We're not even on air anywhere.
Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, man. That's what she fucking sounded like.
Look at my fucking leg.
I was gonna do an impersonation, and then I felt the shift in the room, and I was like, God damn it, he thinks I'm being racist again. But that's what she fucking sounded like, man.
No, I believe you. No, I heard her, and she said, well, she didn't exactly sound like that.
No, she didn't, but I can't exactly be like her noise. She's a different creature. Then I don't mean to sound racist like that either. She's a different person is what I mean. I can't sound like her.
She's a different creature.
I just mean that like creature of heart. Humans are creatures of habit.
Oh man.
If
I ever become a school teacher, I'm gonna have to delete all records of this podcast.
I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair that just because you're slightly more sensitive about this stuff, that anything that I say that's slightly off color, even if it's by accident, you blow it out of proportion and you're like, oh my god, you're so racist. Because you say some fucked up shit. Let's be real.
I mean, I don't say that fucked up shit
By your own standards, but man, people talk.
Who talks?
People.
Who was it?
Carrie Bradshaw. She's got a weekly article.
Was it that fucking kike bitch? You better not tell me it was that fucking kike, because I'll fucking slit her shoe throat.
So you're okay? You're okay with Jewish racial epitaphs, but
I think just because the word kike is much less
charged.
No, it's not that it's less charged. It's just that I hear it less. So I'm.
So you don't know the severity of the
like
word.
Like nigger, you know.
Yeah.
But also, I hear nigger fairly often too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't.
In different contexts, of course.
I don't ever hear it in a serious context. If I hear anyone say it, it's always. I've never heard anyone say that word in anger.
You never heard a white person say nigger?
Actually, one of my cousins said it once.
Yeah, it's always like your cousin or somebody in your family or something.
Yeah, but I mean, he's like old world. That's like someone who's like, manual like tabulated like calculator is actually better than like TI-83. Someone who's like obviously backwards. It's like when I hear someone who is so stupid that they refute themselves by the idiocy of what they're saying. I don't feel like you have to like point that out to them. They're just already. It's like you don't make fun of people with handicaps, and that there are such things as intellectual handicaps.
That's pretty much how I feel. All you can do is be entertained by those people and not try to change their minds, because they're happy how they are, and who gives a shit.
and just hope to God they have no power over anyone else.
Yeah, that's the only problem is when they have power.
Yeah.
When they're in positions of when like racism is systematic and stuff.
Yeah, Truett Cathy and stuff. That's different, but
you talking about the owner of Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, recently passed. R.I.P.
I always thought he looked like a slave owner.
Well,
he just has a weird face.
He does.
He's like a creepy white dude.
Well, he looked like he was 150 years old. I don't actually know how old he was, but he constantly looked like he was undergoing chemotherapy.
I mean, he invented the chicken sandwich, and you know how long? I mean, I can't even imagine how long the chicken sandwich has been around. At least
60 years. At least 350 years.
Yeah, I mean, I think even the Greeks were making chicken sandwiches. It's a no-brainer.
Probably.
You're so smart because you put chicken between two pieces of bread. Why don't you put you know what? We need to put so my brain's shorting out.
He does look scary. We're looking at some pictures of him right now. He just kind of looks. I mean, he did. Even though he had something that was really simple and easy to sell, I mean, he monetized it pretty well. I mean, this guy, he had to be a billionaire.
Yeah.
He'd be worth $1 billion. Why don't they have any, like...
motherfucker.
I know, like, what about when he was young? Why are there all these old and ugly pictures?
He looks horrible. Look at all his spotted head.
I know.
So scary. Would you accept a college scholarship for that man?
Yes. Yes, I would.
No way. I'd tell him to shove it up his ass.
Yeah, right. He's
I'd be like,
you...
I would.
Here we go. Okay.
I would think it was obviously like some kind of ploy to have sex with me.
Okay, so he looks like a girl in his youth.
He looks pretty creepy in his youth too, and he's wearing a Hitler Youth uniform.
This is not a Hitler Youth. He's from America.
He was made to strangle puppies when he was 12 years old. He had to raise a puppy from its infancy until it was like big, and then he had to kill it to show that he had no compassion.
I think we've talked about that. So yeah, we're looking at a picture of Truett Cathy from the 1940s now, which is the only picture that comes up when you try to find one of him younger, and even still. It's a good picture of Obama. A lot of older pictures of him. Anyway, we don't need to waste time on that, but...
Alfred E. Newman.
Yeah.
You know? Did you ever read Mad Magazine?
What?
Did you ever read Mad Magazine?
No. I don't really read often. Even for pleasure.
I mean, as a child?
No. I read Harry Potter a couple times through. and I kind of stopped after that. I had such high expectations. Like, I expected every book. After I realized that reading could be cool, I expected every book to give me the same rush as Harry Potter, and when that wasn't satisfied, I was like, fuck this.
This is the only books you ever liked?
I liked
You
a
read
few.
a bunch in high school.
I would not say I read a bunch in high school. I'd say I maybe read 15 books in 4 years.
No, man, you read like all those Dave Eggers books, right?
I read like
Chuck
3 or 4 of them.
Nick.
Yeah, but that's maybe 10 of the 15 that I'm claiming to have read. Can you fill in the last 5?
Because you were reading the Bible?
I never finished reading the Bible, and I hardly even started. It's so boring. There's like, I don't know how they're able to still justify printing that garbled nonsense. It's like the most boring shit I've ever read.
That's the way I felt about The Scarlet Letter, which is a book we were forced to read in high school. The intricacy of the language was very, just put my mind into a haze of, rage haze. Yeah.
Rage haze.
Rage haze.
Rage haze.
Rage haze. Rage haze. Rage haze. Rage haze. Yo, I'm Rage Haze. I got my Rage Haze. I'm on the fucking track. I got your fucking back. Cause life's a fucking smack in your lip and ass. And if you ain't too quick, yo, I'ma blast your ass. Cause I got the coffee, yeah, it's a weekend. It's the weekend review on the weekend. And I got the little cold, but it's okay. Cause I'm about to snort some yay and smoke some fucking J's. And my man K is on the track.
Yo.
He about to start spitting and it's about to be whack.
This is the part where I'm supposed to rap, but because I'm not allowed to do voices, otherwise I'll upset Jake, I guess I have to just kind of speak my rhyme in a flat, monotone, acceptable way. So, here comes my rhymes. Hey yo, where are you going with all...
Weekend review.
Yeah, weekend review.
Up in the house.
Cool. Weekend review.
That's what it is for you.
That is what it is for you. I hope you enjoyed that little hip-hop session.
Yeah. That was me and Case.
Because Jake, the cook chef, ain't stressing. He tried to cut me off, but he don't understand that I'm the one with the master plan to go up the stairs of his apartment building, going to try to get something for my house, stealing all his stuff, including his computer mouse. Thank you.
Oh man,
that was pretty good. I wrote that down last night on the bus on the way home from McDonald's. Had a midnight snack.
So you knew that I was gonna cut you off?
No, but I have a whole section of raps called angry raps. And in my angry raps, Jake's about to do a shot.
Not of anything good.
My angry raps are always about like trying to one up the person I'm rapping against. So I just changed your name. I have like my rap, and then there are X's where it's like insert name here. So it's like, hey, I know that blank is so lame because he doesn't know that I'm the star of this rap game.
Oh yeah, dude, that's just fire, man.
Yeah.
Woo!
Well, see, it's like everyone thinks of freestyles off the top of the head, off the cuff, but like what it really is just something you memorize and then you can like apply it to the situation. So I've got different strokes, so to speak, for different folks, so to speak,
Oh God, you just keep doing it, man.
I
don't know how I can top you.
You can't, because I'm number one in this whole rap game. Everyone thinks my music's not the same because it's original. Wait, hold on. It's original, ORIGANAL, because you're always saying that you want to go into the canal with your thoughts, which your mind creates, and it substantiates the hate of the society that's not great. Yeah, that's a new one.
Oh man, I love that part where you're like, oh no wait,
Oh, that wasn't.
Did you write that down? That was like my favorite part, man.
No, that was
because you're like pretending that you didn't know what you were gonna say next.
Oh, yeah, no, that was cool, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
you're a genius.
Thanks. Yeah, I guess that's my style.
Take a shot of cold medicine.
Cool.
Would you like one too?
No thanks, dude.
All right.
But I would like to say a few things.
Go ahead.
One, did you see that we got mentioned on another podcast?
No, is that true?
It is true. And I sent you a Facebook message and I made an announcement on social media. So again, Jake doesn't listen to the episodes, nor is he involved in any of the social stuff that's going on.
I can't be bothered, I use Facebook for 2 reasons: porn and weed. I use it to message people that I can buy porn from, and to sell people weed. I mean, no, not sell people weed. I don't do that.
Hey, who am I? Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and erase that now. Bill Clinton. Okay, so guess what? So yeah, we got to mention.
I do not have sexual relationships with that young woman, but actually I did. Thank you.
He could have saved a lot of people a lot of time if he had just said that. So yeah, we got mentioned on the Dixon Janes show, which I want to give a little.
Really?
I want to get a plug.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's true.
Dixon Janes is one of your idols.
Dude, yeah, I was gonna say, and I actually, one of my friends, Lindsay Glass, she's the only person who I've ever actually had that I know of listen to a full episode. Pretty sure she did that.
Yeah.
But it's seriously my favorite show of all time.
Wow.
And I mean, I love a bunch of different shows, but Dixon Janes I love so much that I've actually listened to every single episode, and then I've gone in reverse order and listened to them backwards, and then I've actually re-listened to them all forwards. And there's over 490 right now.
Jesus.
So I've heard every episode.
How many hours of listening is that?
490. Well, times 3. So around 1,200.
Around 12.
I mean, more than 1,200, but I can't do that math. 12th.
But he's for the people who don't know who Dixon Janes is, because I'm not familiar with him. Do you want to talk about his podcast or like what he does?
Yeah, well, it's just like a personal journal kind of podcast, which when I was doing Moat was basically I sort of emulated his style, where you just kind of you turn on the microphone and see like this is the difference I think between you and me. What's the difference between me and you? About 5 cars, 4 something, and 3 vehicles. I have to be careful. I can't sound like Exhibit around Jake because he'd be like,
yeah, please, come on.
He's like, come on. He never said that. He didn't say it like
Exhibit
that.
doesn't sound like that. Okay?
You idiot. Jake doesn't realize that.
Hello? Test? We can review?
We can review. Yeah, so you don't realize that when you're saying that I'm like sounding racist or saying stuff that's racist, you're just actually you're unknowingly pointing out the fact that I'm bad at impressions.
True.
You mistake my inability to do things properly for racism.
You lack many talents, and one of the talents you lack is impressions.
Yeah. Anyway, so
You're
yeah,
just kind of a jackass of all trades.
a jackass of all trades. A jackass of all trades is master of fun.
Jackass of all trades is master of none. Anyway, go on.
So yeah, it's a personal journal kind of podcast. He just is kind of talking about what's going on in his life, and I got into it originally because I was trying to find stuff to learn Japanese with, this material that was online that was like lesson oriented, and I don't even know how I got to it. I know I heard it on the Kobe beef show originally, but I don't know how I found Kobe beef. Probably just Googling around or something, but
Was that the first podcast you got into?
Kobe
Janes?
beef. That was
Kobe beef?
the first one I ever got into for entertainment was probably Dixon Janes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because before that I kind of saw them as like lessons, kind of like online lessons. Because I was listening to Japanese pod, or it was called like Japan Pod or something like that.
Yeah.
It was just like a lesson based thing where it was like they taught you one thing every single day, and
what was the show about? Is it like teaching you language or what?
yeah, I mean it was this guy who was kind of cool. His name is Alex, and he was like British or something. He's like, hello, my name is Alex.
So now
Coming to you live from Japan.
it sounds like at least there's one cool Alex in the world.
Yeah, well, you better note that there is only one cool Alex in the world, and he does live in Britain, Great Britain, not Atlanta, Georgia.
Right, not Atlanta, Georgia, in some kind of horrible crack den.
Yeah, Crackton.
In the poop village of East Atlanta.
In the armpit of what is the nether regions of the crotch of East Atlanta. The East Atlanta that didn't make the cut. We're talking about the other side of the train tracks, East Atlanta. Like the East Atlanta that had like braces for 20 years because every time he took them off, the teeth kind of like, ugh, I'm getting out of here, and just kind of retreated.
Right.
That kind of East Atlanta.
Alex Warden is a dick. So, what were you saying?
Well, I just really like his show. I would encourage anyone to listen to his show, and if you give it a few episodes, I think you'll understand, maybe just tacitly, that it's a really good show. It's not something that I don't even know. It's an
about
intimate.
To diss him?
No, I'm saying that like
Could he be listening now?
he could be. I kind of doubt it, but it's like a show. It celebrates what is ordinary. It's like a capturing of someone else's day-to-day life, and it's fascinating. It's like I don't know. It's so intimate. It's like the opposite of celebrity. Whereas
Right.
like you don't ever know what's going on in those people's real lives, but you see them all the fucking time. This guy is like I've never seen this guy in my life. I probably never will before we both die. But I know everything about his life. It's crazy.
So what kind of stuff does he do?
I mean,
Didn't you say he smokes weed?
he's been known to dabble in dip.
Hey, nothing wrong with a little dabble.
He does. I mean,
every now and then.
The cool thing about him is that he is like 64, 65, and he's just been able to really maintain some sort of like youthful spirit about him that our parents, I feel like, never could have. And then again, I don't know what he's like as a father because I've never had him as my father. I just know him as the Scarborough dude on the show. But it's like
the Scarborough dude.
That's his alias. Yeah, because he lives in Scarborough,
Nova Scotia,
Toronto.
I was close.
I guess.
I don't know why I thought that it was Canadian.
It is Canadian.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Just like Degrassi.
Yeah.
Hey, could it be time for another episode of Degrassi Talk?
I seriously hope not.
It's time for Degrassi Talk. That's right, we're going to talk about it. Here we go.
I don't think I actually finished my story about...
It's time to talk about Degrassi, because I want to talk about Jay and Manny. Unfortunately, my former co-host of this show, Alex Warden, can't be here because of his enormous butthole that hangs and
just between the ears
and drags across the street when he's walking his beautiful dog to chews on his butthole, and his sphincter and his entire rectal muscles come out and poop goes everywhere.
Dude, what muscles? He's got that's flab, dude.
Man,
I've seen it.
That guy.
Flabtabulous.
Yeah.
A fabtabulous. Bless you.
Go on.
I didn't actually finish, I don't think, my story about
Right.
the YouTube clips that I've been making.
Yeah.
Which, to tie a few things together, and go check out the Dixon Janes show. I know that kind of fell off the edge of the earth, but check it out.
Shout out to Dixon Janes.
Shout out.
Thank you for shouting us out. We really appreciate it.
And if we get another shout out, we'll give another shout out. That's what you can come to expect from Weekend Review. You give us a shout out, we give you a shout out. Doesn't matter who you are.
SO for SO.
Yes.
As it will always be.
Save our ship, dude. SO. Save our ship hour.
Preach.
So I'm going through, grabbing all the best clips, and we're going to be releasing little teaser clips over the next few weeks for every episode that's been released so far, just to kind of get people excited, because, sometimes, you're like, yeah, I don't want to listen to the whole episode, but I wish I could hear that song again that Jake made, where he's like, I'm so sexy, or whatever he's doing.
See, I think people should have to listen to the whole episode to hear that.
You think it's like a little treat that they should have to work for?
That's what I'm kind of feel ambivalent about.
Okay, well,
you putting all the songs together.
But what if, for instance,
takes away the magic.
First of all, I disagree. May I point to Exhibit A? It gives us an opportunity to introduce someone.
What's up, dog? This Exhibit A.
Wow, I can't believe it. I can't believe Jake is allowed to do that, but I'm not allowed to do that.
You better not.
I'm not going to. He's trying to get out.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm pulling him back. Okay, God. Oof, that was close. Ow.
That was close.
No. Okay. Oh no.
I almost smacked you.
Shit. Oh my God.
Don't do the voice.
Okay, no, I got it. I'm in control. Okay, I'm back. Where am I? Oh my God, where am I? What is this?
That shit was crazy, dog.
So, okay, so this is my thought. We can introduce the show to people and hook. It's a hook. It's something. It's bait. It's like someone. The chances that someone is going to be willing to listen to the old episode that has never heard the show before is very small. But for instance, I have 2 coworkers, and on Friday we had like nothing to do, and so I was like, "Yeah, I'm in a podcast." I just said that out loud, and like kind of I kind of scared everyone because I said it too loud. I was like, "Yeah, I'm in a podcast." Everyone was like, "What the fuck? Why are you screaming?"
Hashtag humble brag.
Homo brag?
Sorry, humble brag. Hashtag humble brag.
Thank you for clarifying.
We're now on Twitter.
Yeah, we are. And so everyone was like, "Really?" Well, not everyone, but the 2 people to my left and right. I was like, "Yeah, I'm in a podcast," and this was actually a civil conversation. I wasn't being some stupid asshole who was weird. We got on the conversation of podcasts, and I was like, "Yeah, we've got this little clip. Just give you a little idea." Like, I was like, the show's basically bullshit. We just kind of talk the whole time and kind of make fun of each other, and I make fun of him, and make fun of him a lot because he's really stupid. And they were like, "Cool, I'm
an idiot."
Yeah, you are an idiot. And that teaser clip was awesome because I was able to show them that, and I don't know if there was like a obligatory smile, like little laughs, like that's really funny,
Yeah.
or something like that. But they both listened to it, and we got that exposure to like a funny, like a solid part of the show because it was the 13 Congressmen thing. And I feel like it's good to have those little instances because then people can understand, like, the whole show in and of itself is really good, but the whole thing is enveloped in, like, this moat of bullshit. And you have to be willing to trudge through all that stupid shit to get to those few moments that make the show worth listening to in general, which is what you're saying. You're saying that, like, you want them to work for those fun parts, but I'm saying, like, have the fun parts available, too, for the sole purpose of spreading those funny parts and then getting more listeners to the whole thing.
I think maybe possibly the less exposure we have, the better at this point.
Whatever.
There's people. Well, the people that you played.
Whatever.
The people that you played the clip to, I bet now completely resent the show. Will never listen to it.
Who cares? That would have been the outcome anyway, though. But we have two people who.
They'll never think about it again, and it's like.
Well, one guy definitely won't. One guy
piss into a toilet.
Piss in toilet. So one guy doesn't listen to podcasts who heard it, and I don't expect that he'll be a repeat listener. I mean, shit, he's never even been a first-time listener.
Yeah, I know.
But the other guy...
Can't repeat something you never did.
you can't repeat something you never did, he says.
Can't repeat something you never did.
That's because it didn't happen. He says you can't do it twice.
You can't repeat something you never did.
No, you can't. It's really hard.
You can't repeat something you never did. Weekend review.
But the other guy listens to Serial, and so he knows how to navigate the podcast app on his iPhone.
Listens to Serial.
He listened.
The only cereal that you can listen to is Rice Krispies.
Like, cause they snap, crackle, and motherfucking pop. Sorry,
dude. I'm about to kick you.
He's trying to come out.
Stuff that shit back in your body right now. Your racial insensitivity is gonna fucking get our show canceled.
Okay, I'm good. Where am I? What have I done? So anyway,
you're in a coma.
About 20 clips or so are going to be released.
Sorry for the coughing.
It's okay. I prefer you not do it. If you could hold your breath for the rest of this, the rest.
I can at least not do it directly in your face.
Hey, if David Blaine can do it for 30 minutes, you can do it for 30 minutes. Because we all know he's a bitch.
Yeah. He's not even a real magician.
No, he's just a con man.
What the fuck were we talking about?
I was talking about the clips, the YouTube clips.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be releasing those, and I had to re-listen to all the episodes, as I said, and re-listening to the part about the stickers, I kind of realized that Jake was right. I'll go ahead and admit that.
That's correct.
It will not be a successful form of advertisement, and the idea that he had is more artistically pleasing to the eye, and to give those stickers out just to people.
Yeah.
To put around wherever they want to put them rather than just like littering the landscape. I mean, I think it would be funny if we could hire someone to like walk up and down the street with a sign that says like I listen to Weekend Review, like a punishment kind of thing.
That would be an interesting publicity stunt.
Yeah.
But
like we could pay like someone to do it.
I can't say whether or not it would work, but here's the thing.
Even if only 5 people.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
My main thing is that I'm not very concerned with promoting the show because I feel like we have to just keep doing it.
No, I agree.
I don't want to promote it until we have a few more. We're an extremely new show.
Yeah.
And we have to have more episodes under our belt.
The bag.
In the bag.
They could be in a bag.
Under my belt.
Attached to the belt. Yeah.
Yeah. Like a feed bag that I put over my ball sack.
There you go, because that's a belt and a bag.
Will lick it.
Yeah.
So that's what we need to do.
Okay.
We need to make Weekend Review
into a horse bag
ball,
so that it can be
feed bags for horses.
So they can lick our balls.
Like basically, let me stand up to demonstrate this.
Okay.
So it'd be like 2 straps on that you put around your thighs.
Okay.
Leather straps.
They have to be leather.
Because I'm a bad daddy. And then you have it get basically a canvas, maybe made out of a canvas bag.
Okay.
And you put the oats underneath your balls right here.
Do you want to kind of disguise them in your you want to kind of make the oats in your balls like kind of seem like one?
Yeah. Yes.
Is it like when you get your dog to eat a vitamin or something, you have to kind of hide it in his food, make it look like the food itself?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Because otherwise, the horse is gonna know what's up.
He's like, I'm not gonna fucking.
Yeah.
They're such assholes, so pretentious.
It's because they have such huge penises.
Yeah, that's true.
They've
got 24 inches or something.
Yeah, they have a big dick complex. Kind of like me.
You know, if a horse gets an erection for more than 30 minutes, they're liable to lose consciousness because of the lack of blood going to their brain.
Kind of like me again. Only that happens to me all the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say because you're stupid.
Yeah. Wait, am I stupid because of my huge penis?
Well, are you erect all the time?
I mean, most of the time.
Are you talking like 75%? Are you talking?
I'm erect right now. Like, you see how huge it is?
It's pretty big.
And that's a big healthy boner, you know.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why it's making this candid appearance, but there it is.
Because we,
I guess we're talking about
started talking about him. And got excited.
He's like, motherfucker.
Sorry. Whoa.
Sorry. Sorry.
My dick's ears perked up, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, there's his ears. See, his ears are coming out.
That's gross. I don't think those are ears. Did you get tested after that last time we talked about this?
Have we? We talked about my weird penis before, right?
We've talked about the hairs that come out of the pee hole.
There's also ears that stand up when you talk about it.
Sounds like a Mr. Potato Head of dicks. You got like a bunch of different accessories, and you can like make them look different. Give them a haircut and shit.
You can, if only they were detachable. It would make my life so much more convenient.
Well, I've heard girls who tell me stories that some stuff has fallen off in the act.
It's very painful.
Interesting. Blood, lots of blood.
Yeah, tons of blood.
Great.
It's kind of like the fungus on my toenails, you know, how it's really my right foot has fungus on the.
Oh yeah, this is a true story.
Toenail fungus.
Yeah, I believe it's what the Latins called toenalis fungus.
Used to be really into it. Used to think it was like really cool and disgusting.
I like wanted to rip your toenails off just so I could start fresh with your feet, just like.
Let's check them out.
Yeah, they look about as good as they ever have.
Yeah, it's really thick. If you don't know what toenail fungus is, just look it up on Google Images. My toenails are really thick. It's like I do cut them, but it's a little hard to cut.
You need like industrial scissors to cut these.
Yeah.
You don't. The regular toenails clippers are not going to work.
And I've had them my whole life. And here's a little thing. I'm sure I've told you, Kenneth.
Is this your genetic disposition theory?
Yeah.
This is okay. Preface with the dumbest fucking thing you're going to hear all day. I apologize to anyone who listens to this who is remotely scientifically geared towards viewing the world, because this is like the dumbest theory of inheritance that I've ever heard in my fucking life.
It is completely true, and it makes 100% sense to me and the rest of my peers in the scientific community.
Sadly, he's not lying at that point, because he is friends with a bunch of stupid fucking people who actually believe his logic.
No, I just know a lot of people that make LSD. They're scientists, right?
They know one tried and true. I mean, that's like the people. No, they're not scientists.
Listen. Okay, my dad has toenail fungus on both of his feet. My brother has it on his left foot. I have it on my right foot. He is left-handed. Okay? See where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
I am right-handed. Okay?
Right.
All right?
Right.
I ride a skateboard goofy-footed.
Goofy feet.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
With my fungus foot forward. And also, I have a huge penis with ears and hair coming out of it. Coincidence?
I think not. I think that you guys all were in some condition, because you're related anyway, that was wherever this parasite or fungus lived, and you all stepped in it, and you stepped in it with different feet, and your dad took a double scoop and fucking helping. I think that's what fucking happened.
We that's what my mom used to say. I always contested her theory. No, she said that because when my dad would bathe us, you know, he would like take showers with us.
He would wash you with his feet.
No, he wouldn't wash us with his feet. But we would share bath water in the shower, you know.
Right.
If only he had, you know.
If only he had cleaned the drain so that all that standing water would have gone down and not just collected at your feet. So you had all that nasty nasty fucking shit water all over your feet. No wonder it happened. It's a miracle you don't have it on both feet.
You say that, but you've never tried it. It makes a delicious soup.
I guess it's a good stock.
Yeah.
Like if you're making some sort of a bigger soup and you need some tasty fluid to start with.
Get that. Throw some chicken bones in there.
Yeah.
Maybe you got yourself a stew going. Arrested Development reference.
I was gonna say you don't.
No, Michael. This is Michael. Hey, Michael, what's he doing? Hey, Michael. He's gonna keep his whole family together. But guess what? He doesn't want to. But that's okay. It's not very funny, but it's cool, I guess. If you're into comedy or whatever. We're a smart show. It's a smart television show. It's okay if we get canceled because nobody likes us. Because we're cool.
I wanted to ask you your thoughts on this idea I had a long time ago for a story. Because as with hating to read, I also hate to write, but I enjoy writing more than I enjoy reading. And so I had this thought one time. It might have even been a dream that I had, but I thought it would make an interesting short story, and I wanted to get your take on it.
Okay.
And just kind of preserve it in this medium.
Okay.
So it's a very, very simple plot. I don't know how it would unravel, or if it would even be interesting, but I thought it was an interesting idea. So, in this short story, my sister and I, our parents die, right? And when they die, in this,
I like it so far.
you would.
Fuck you. I know you're listening. Sorry. If I directly called out your parents like that, would they be upset, or would they realize that I was just doing a joke?
They wouldn't understand.
I mean, for the record, I was just kidding. Go ahead.
I mean, we're adults now. I don't think you need to worry about it.
Yeah, what are they gonna do? Ground me?
It didn't work last time.
Exactly.
Like, Jake, you're grounded. You ain't my dad. You ain't my fucking dad. You can't tell me what the fuck to do. You don't know me.
You're Kenneth's dad, motherfucker.
Dumbass bitch. Check your birth certificate. So this idea would be, so this is fictitious. So pretend my parents had a lot more money. Like, let's say that they had billions of dollars or something. So they die. They leave all of their money to my sister and I. And we're young, maybe in our teens or something, so we're not old enough to be on our own, so we need guardians. And so in this story, we would be taken in by this extremely religious oriented family or something that were close friends with my parents, or somehow weaseled their way into being our guardians.
Yep.
And what they do after that point is they take all of our parents' money and they spend it on all these religious stupid fucking things in their own life, like charities, stupid things like charities, stupid things like helping out people, stupid things, but seriously, stupid things that have to do with evangelizing for God.
Yeah.
And they always ask us if they can use the money, and we're young and we don't really know what's happening, so we're like, yeah, I guess so. And they're like, oh, good, this is for the glory of God, this is for the good of it all, this is the reason, this is the only goodness that's come out of your parents' death, the ability to do what we're doing now with this money. And so what happens over the course is that they basically squander our parents' money. They spend all of it, and my sister and I are just kind of left destitute.
On what? Really?
Just they make buildings, they make churches, they try to be influential in politics, so they'll make huge donations to conservative candidates.
Yeah.
They make donations.
Spending money on you and your sister?
No, not really. I mean, they keep us alive. They don't abuse us, but they're just wasting our parents' money on frivolous shit that we don't really have consent to give them to spend.
So they're just kind of neurotic and a little just crazy.
No, they're stealing our parents' money and pretending almost that they can do whatever they want with it. And
but they're thinking that they're being benevolent.
They are thinking that. But the crux of the whole story is that my sister and I turned 18 or whatever, and we realized that we've been fucked out of all the money that our parents were supposed to have left us, and it was because these religious people had spent it all on these religiously based organizations and goals that they had, like building churches and stuff. And so we get really, really mad because we realize that we can't get that money back because it's already been spent, and you can see what it's been spent on. So what we decide to do is to sue the people, our guardians.
Yeah. And
so we take them to court, and what we do is we're suing them, but we say that what we're really suing is God. We say that we're suing God because our guardians always said that it was God's will that this be done, and that God had basically told them that this is what they needed the money for. And so they're saying that everything that they did, they were told to do by God. And so my sister and I are like, okay, well, we can't fuck these people back in a material way, but what we can do is sue them, and by suing them, we can say we're actually suing God because God is the one who told them to do this. And so the whole crux of the story is that we force the United States federal government, the Supreme Court, to rule that we cannot sue God because he's a non-real entity. So we get the government of the United States to admit that God isn't real because he can't be sued, because you can't sue something that doesn't exist. So that's it. That's the way we tear these people apart. Because because we get a ruling, and then the whole country hears that the United States has basically just
so that God isn't real.
Nietzsche. They've claimed that God is dead.
But that's happened before. People have tried to sue God before.
Well, yeah, but this is just a short story.
I see. Sounds pretty long to me. Took at least 20 minutes to describe the synopsis.
I don't want to repeat that shit.
I don't even want to listen to it again. I'm just gonna delete that whole thing.
I always thought that was a clever way to do that story.
That's cool. You want to write it? Have you been writing a lot?
No, I have not been writing a lot. I used to write more often, but I would never say I wrote a lot.
What did you write about?
You
wrote some
clouds.
You did. I think I read something that you wrote a long time ago, but I don't remember what it was about.
Might have been called Sesh.
I don't think I read that. What was that about? Oh, you started to write a thing about an old man that grows pot?
Yeah.
Was that the one?
That was the story. Was called The Old Man.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's just this old man who his family, everyone has grown up, and his wife died, and he's a very straight-laced kind of guy. He had his young party years when he was in his 20s, and then had a family and shit, and so he's been pretty straight and narrow for a while. And then his wife dies, and he runs into some kids in the woods who are smoking weed, and they freak out and they like drop their joint, and so he picks up their joint and starts smoking it, and then gets really high, and then after that point in his life, he decides, because he's retired, he's got money, he decides to start growing weed, and like he gets really into it and is like growing all this hydroponic shit, and he likes to go for really long walks and to get really stoned all day. It's not really much of a plot.
It sounds like your life at the time, right?
No, it wasn't like my life at all. It's what I was kind of hoping my life would be at the end, though.
What is your relation to pot?
To marijuana?
Yeah.
I think it's a good product. I think it's definitely quality.
It's a good salve, as it were. Salve.
It is a good salve for the mundane. It's a nectar of the banal. It's a respite for the tired. It's a universal solvent for something that needs to be glued. It's a pineapple for a man in a forest who's thirsty. It's a Gatorade at a high school game. It's an eraser on your number 2 pencil when you made a mistake on the SAT. You know, it's a chocolate covered surface at the Wonka factory that's not quite ready, but you know it'll be great. It's like confectioner's sugar. You know, it's something. It's sweet, but it's got a little bit of little interesting texture to it. You know, it's something that's essential. It's something we can't live without, and it's something that I think will be here for a long time. I mean, heck, it's been here for a long time. Not really seeing that it's going to be going away. I mean, there's only like one type of banana, right? There's like a banana that's been like monocultured, and I don't remember the name of it, but it's like bananas don't have seeds because they're basically not plants that can be like sexually reproduced, and that's the way people like it. But like, there's just like, humans have kind of co-opted everything so that the best version of it is just like what we have, and that's basically it. It's like we have salvia, and we have sativa and indica, and we've got the bananas, and it's a monoculture, and we can review.
Have you ever had a flat white? We just got back from Starbucks, and you were kind enough to give me a coffee.
Hey, if you want to look something up.
I don't want to look anything up.
Good, well.
I'm just checking my Facebook while we're
checking
talking.
your Facebook, you idiot.
Hey, why the hell not?
You're so stupid.
Look, I can do 2 things at once.
Hardly.
Look, I'm talking to you. I'm checking my Facebook.
Not impressed by this.
I'm zoning out.
So yeah, you're doing 3 things.
And I'm not listening.
Yeah. So you are doing 4 things. 2 of them kind of go against one of the ones that was a positive one. So you're kind of only doing 1 thing right now.
Well, now I'm doing nothing.
I appreciate.
Not even talking to you.
I appreciate your attention.
Don't
especially,
talk
to me. Oh. Hey, shut up.
Right on cue.
I don't want to talk to you either. Shut up, Kitty.
Right on cue. Hello, Kitty. Kitty, come here. Kitty Couric.
I feel like my voice is going out. Maybe you've infected me with your sickness.
I really hope not.
Yeah, I don't think it would happen that fast. Unlike you, I know that it takes time.
You want to take a shot just for
prophylactic?
Yeah.
No.
All right.
I think this is because I did that joke earlier and I yelled.
Oh, you yelled for like 1 second.
Yeah, but it was a pretty. My vocal cords weren't warmed up,
Our voice is going out too.
Maybe there's something wrong with this room.
Yeah?
Those are the weirdest meows. Sounds like a dying bird.
So you think it's more of an issue about like the different countries? Like journalists should stop saying Muslim countries because it kind of paints a picture of the whole Muslim world as being violent. Really, it's like systematic in these individual nations. Yeah, like Saudi Arabia.
Okay, well, that was an unintended for guest, but thanks for being here.
Thank you, Nico.
You said you had a few things to talk about. Do you or
yes?
Don't you? Don't you or do you?
Well,
or do you?
I just rode the train before I saw you.
I just rode the train home.
I'm leaving on the train home, and I go back to my home. And you know that now that I gonna leave on the train and go back to my main home, where I got my Playbone and my PlayStation.
Because it's Weekend Review.
Now.
Weekend Review.
Now.
Weekend Review.
Now.
Weekend Review.
They have these signs at the train station that say no firearms unless you're carrying it says no weapons excluding firearms only if you're carrying a valid permit. And I was just thinking, like,
It's comforting.
Isn't that just something that they could just ban altogether at train stations? Just say no guns.
Yeah.
Just like on paper, just say no guns at the train station. You know, just because they say no cigarettes, they have no problem saying, like, walking up to you and telling you to put out your cigarette
Right.
when you're smoking at a train station, waiting for 45 minutes for the
Right.
fucking North train bullshit,
Right.
fucking red line. So why can't they just say no guns at all?
Well, honestly, some states do.
There's some businesses. Have you ever seen bars that have a sign that say no guns? A lot of clubs say that.
That's comforting.
I mean,
too.
I mean, they have metal detectors at clubs because you're not allowed to bring a gun in there, but you can apparently bring a gun to the fucking train station if you have a permit.
I think that's because Georgia is a right to carry state. I think that if you do have, I mean, it's stupid. They should be. I mean, I don't.
It's a right to smoke cigarette state.
Well, the whole country is. I mean, it's illegal some places, but it's never illegal unless you're a certain age to have cigarettes. Whereas I guess it is illegal in some states altogether to have guns. Maybe that's not true. Maybe you can have states. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'd have to do some more research on that. But I do think that's
It's not something I'm interested in exploring.
You have the question, but you're not willing to search through all of the hubbubaloo for the answer.
Yeah, I saw Bowling for Columbine.
Yeah,
I think I know enough.
I saw
about the
Bowling for
subject.
Columbine 7 years ago, so I think I'm okay. I think I know what's going on.
I watched that video on YouTube of the kids shooting this up the school.
I watched Zeitgeist 2, so I think I'm okay.
Yeah, and also it was a false flag operation.
Bay of Pigs, anyone?
Hello. Osaka
Osaka bin
Miyasaka.
Osaka bin Laden, dude.
Look, Google it.
Just Google it.
Google Tower 7 Osaka bin Laden.
Google Rosie O'Donnell, The View, Tower number 7. It'll blow your fucking mind.
It blew mine.
It blew mine. You know, the only thing that blew harder than my mind when I heard that was Tower number 7. I was like, damn. Because, what? There weren't just 2 towers on that day.
Yeah, I mean, there was...
Did you know that?
Yeah, there was 7 towers.
There were 7 towers that fell that day.
Yeah.
4 were Starbucks.
Where are the other 5 towers?
And
where's the government keeping the other 5 towers that fell?
Yeah. What's behind the doors at Guantanamo Bay?
Why won't they let me in this building?
How come if you go on Google Earth and you look at Cuba, why is it blacked out? And why are there these conspicuous shadows the sides of buildings like that are, out in the courtyard getting some exercise?
Why is it that when I take a piss, it burns?
And is it related to the hair or the ears also growing on their penis? That's the question.
These are the questions that we need to ask. Where's Jesse Ventura when you need him?
Or that guy from Unsolved Mysteries to bring things full circle.
Today on Unsolved Mysteries, we look at the mystery as kind of unsolved. I don't know, it's like this weird lady that got killed, and I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna take a look at it, and gonna look at the guy here who has a thing to say about what's going on in the Unsolved Mysteries world on the TV show here on PBS.
We can review. That's how you reel things in.
Yeah.
That's how you reel things in.
It's the hook.
It is the hook. So I did want to talk to you about the Charlie Hebdo thing.
Okay.
So this is more of a serious note, and hopefully we can stay serious. But
Is your throat okay?
yeah, my throat's okay. It's hard to talk.
How about some water?
It's hard to talk. Sure, I would love some.
I have not drank from that yet. Or maybe a little bit, but
I'll just not lip it.
yeah, it'll be okay. You're probably just a little parched. Gulp, 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 gulp.
I can say not lip, right?
Not lip?
Like, when you pass a joint and you're like, dude, this is so wet.
Oh.
And then you say a certain phrase, but I can say not lip, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to get mad at me for that, are you?
Right.
Because the association, I don't know if it's strong enough for you. You might be like, hey, why are you saying that?
It's kind of like, when people say wigger all the time?
Yeah. Does that
I always
offend
wanted to ask, it doesn't offend me, but I always want to ask them, like, what does wigger mean? And I bet they won't say it. Like, what do those two words mean together?
I don't get it.
Oh, white, like, he's like a wigger. Like, he's like a wigger. Like a, like white, African American.
Yeah. So
that's from that Jamie Kennedy movie. Did he say that at some point?
I've never seen any Jamie Kennedy movies.
Malibu's Most Wanted?
I don't know. He might have said that, but what did you think about the Charlie Hebdo thing?
The last thing I read about it was about how there was a Muslim security guard that died that day. He was one of the 12 people shot.
You know that they killed the brothers. They found them. They had
Really?
they had a shootout. There was also another person who took some Jewish people hostage. There was like a separate and maybe unrelated event that happened at the same time. It was also in France. They haven't been able to connect them yet, but they've killed the two brothers who were part of the people who killed the people of the magazine, and then I think they also killed the person who had the hostages. So everyone is dead except for one of the guy's girlfriends who escaped. They're still looking for her, but
Was she involved in the crime?
I think they want her for questioning, but I mean, she probably knew about it, and I think that at a certain point you become liable just based on the information that you know. Like if her boyfriend told her that was going to happen, even if she didn't want it to happen and she didn't report it, that's kind of...
Yeah, it looks very bad for her.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm sure she would go to jail for that.
I would definitely just turn myself in if I knew anything about anything related to that. And not turn myself in, but,
If you didn't agree with it, the faster you could turn yourself in, the better it would look for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you had nothing to do with it. So
Right.
it looks mighty suspicious that this little girl is now on the run from the law. The lamb. On the lamb. I'm on the lamb.
But yeah, I was curious because for a long time I've thought that there was nothing I would die for. Like there's nothing that I value more than life, I would say. Like I would rather do anything that anyone asked me if it meant that I didn't have to die for refusing.
Yeah.
And so like I was listening to all those French people, and obviously they didn't know when they were going to work that day that they were going to end up getting killed, but I wonder right before they died if they were like, man, that wasn't worth it, or if they were proud of what they had done, or even if they had enough time to think about it. But like I was wondering if you specifically had anything that you would die for.
I'd like to think that I would die for the right to freely express myself.
You think though? Is it really worth it?
Yeah, I think it's definitely worth it. The question is whether or not I would have the fortitude to actually do it. It's very unfortunate that people who are just like, satirists have to consider about whether or not their life is worth doing what they're doing. It's just a fucked up world where people have to even think about that kind of thing.
I agree.
And when all they're doing is
making cartoons and making fun of stuff. Yeah, it's
messed up. So I guess it's like if somebody, I always imagine myself in a scenario where the government says like, okay, we're going to take away your right to make music or like do comedy or make podcasts or whatever.
Right.
In some kind of situation where they put a gun to my head and said like, you have to now renounce, your freedom of expression.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that I would be like, fuck you, shoot me, But who knows?
I'm pretty sure that
everybody's a badass when they don't have a gun to their head.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I would do whatever they wanted. I mean, I might do something differently after the fact. I might go and like do like an Underground Railroad type thing where I keep it secret.
That would be the responsible thing to do, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
you can keep yourself alive to like, you're worth nothing to the resistance movement if you're dead.
Unless you're a martyr, I guess. But martyrs are few and far between, that's for sure. Of all the people who have been killed by other people, I'm sure that only a handful of them were actually known for what they did.
Do you believe in martyrdom?
I think it can be successful if you're famous before you die, yeah. But if you're just some dude who decides to be a martyr for and by yourself, then that's it's not a very accurate assessment of what you will be giving up or what you'll be gaining in your death, I guess. But I think people can be martyrs, yeah, for sure.
I think it's messed up that they elevated this transgender kid, who killed herself. They like the trans community has used her as a martyr, for the cause instead of just saying like how tragic it is that like a kid killed themselves. They're kind of just using this person, which I guess is what they, ostensibly what they would have wanted. But I just think it's messed up. I think it's messed up that people aren't just saying like how fucked up it is that a fucking 17-year-old kid walked in front of a train or walked in front of a van or whatever. Yeah, this kid that killed themselves and left this long message on their blog about just look up like transgender.
Yeah, I got it. You keep talking.
Left a long message, long suicide note on their blog that was like timed for after they did it. It was like,
is it in New York?
I'm not trying to say that person's suffering wasn't. I mean, I don't judge people that like kill themselves or whatever, but I just think like this kid was just that's not
right.
No, that is them.
Right.
Yeah, but that's not a right picture.
That's fine. I mean, it's just from like.
Wait, no, maybe it is.
Is it a guy to girl or girl to guy?
I thought that it was a guy to girl, but I guess it is a girl to guy, as it were. But like, I don't know. I think it's fucked up that kids kill themselves for any reason.
Jessica to Riley. It's a girl to guy.
Yeah, and I'm sorry that person's life was messed up, but they were about to be 18. They're about to be free of their fucking stupid ass ignorant parents, and they could do whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
And they could have done a lot more to, if what they were trying to do was, they shouldn't make it seem like they're doing anything but killing themselves because they were depressed. People that kill themselves shouldn't be put in this. It's too much to put them in this position of martyrdom, like saying like this person killed themselves for the rights of all, like saying this person was a hero or something. I think is messed up.
Right.
I think it's sad. I'm not saying they're a bad person, but they kill themselves because they're depressed, and no one can drive a person to fucking step in front of a train.
Yeah.
No matter how shitty their parents were.
This whole trans movement too is something that I've been really intrigued by and something I don't know anything about, and I feel like almost I'm like too old to understand it. I wonder if it's something that I'll just always be kind of ignorant of as I get older and older, just because like it sort of came on the scene for people who are younger than us, like maybe by 10 years or so. Like I feel like people in high school right now would understand this a lot more than we do, because we're kind of disconnected from like young people trying to figure out who they are at this point. I think we kind of have a more solid idea of who we are since we're 25.
I don't think I need to understand it. I don't think I will understand it because it's not my life.
Right, but I feel like I understand. Like when we were growing up, I feel like homosexuality was something that was becoming more and more accepted, and like
for sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So
like
I'd say like as, but that's a testament to. It is a testament to the times, but also just as people get older, they get more mature.
Right, but I'm just saying, like I watched this thing. It was an AOL video that was really interesting, but it was that obviously you do Against Me, the lead singer who is now Laura Jane Grace.
Right.
She's a transgender, or I guess body dysmorphic, or there's so many different words. Like that's part of the thing that really confuses me because there's so many different like genres of it.
Body dysmorphia is what causes
like anorexia, right?
Yeah, I mean body dysmorphia is more general than it's
transgendered.
Like,
dysphoria. That's the word she used.
Yeah.
Dysphoria. It's like not feeling good about the way you are because the way you are, so you have to like change your way.
Yeah, but transgender people specifically feel like
they're born in the wrong body,
the wrong gender.
See, that to me, I just don't know. I wish I knew someone who was like more into that community or something.
Me too.
Because like I was watching that AOL video, which was pretty interesting. It was called True Trans.
Yeah.
I recommend watching it to anyone who's interested, but it's just like, I don't know. It seems like a first world condition to me. Like, I feel like this is something like in Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Like this is something that's mentally excruciating only if you're able to satisfy all of your needs. It's a disease of the mind, basically. Not a disease. Disease is the wrong word, but it's something that people in like third world and developing countries could never have the luxury to feel this way because they'd be too busy trying to survive. They wouldn't have.
Well, I don't know. I'd say that there's definitely different cultures that have the same kind of thing. It's not just white American culture that,
right.
There's
right.
like people in different countries. That,
but is it the exact same thing? Because I know that there's like people like boys in Thailand, like the pretty boys of Thailand, who like dress like really attractive women, and that's like a subclass.
Well, it's just people wearing what they feel is comfortable.
But see, but the thing to me is like, okay, if this is like if this is a genetic thing that is causing people to feel this way, genes don't know about clothes. So like,
it's not just a.
it's a cultural phenomenon.
Genetic. I'm not sure because there's also like 5-year-olds that realize they're transgender. We only have 30 seconds left. This is
the wrong time to introduce this topic.
I know.
Damn.
Well,
maybe we'll save it for. We'll keep this. We'll marinate on this subject.
Yeah, we should talk about it more.
Do we have anything coming up? Do we have any guests on the roster? Or
I want to get Sarah in as a guest, and
I would
also
like that.
Julian, if you're listening, to get you as a guest, and everybody else that we know is going to be a guest too.
You can sign up to be a guest at weekendreviewpodcast@gmail.com. Sign up to be a guest. We'll get back to you.
Email us. Thank you. Goodbye. Weekend Review.
Weekend Review.